Hey guys, this is Sidra and welcome to Ask Your Pharmacist. Today's video is highly requested by a lot of you, the COVID vaccine, a much talked about topic these days. There are a lot of questions people have about the efficacy of the vaccine, dosing schedule, side effects, and many more. So although there is a lot of information unknown at this time, I do have answers to some of your questions about the vaccine, so keep watching. Before I try to explain how COVID vaccine works, it's important to first understand how our bodies actually fight illness. See, when germs like viruses and bacteria invade our body, they attack and multiply, thus they cause infection. So this in turn actually activates our immune system or the natural defense system to fight these germs or viruses. Now, cells of our immune system are smart in a way that they have the capability to remember the foreign invaders because they actually have these memory cells in the form of macrophages, T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, which are actually ready to fight the infection if the body gets invaded by the same virus again. And this is because now our immune system has learned how to fight the disease. Immune cells have these antibodies that actually quickly get into action once the virus or any foreign germ encounters or attacks the body. So these antibodies kind of grasp and attack these foreign invaders and kills them. Now that's the body's natural defense mechanism. Now vaccines basically mimic the whole process. For example, the COVID vaccine. The vaccine actually is going to help our bodies develop immunity to the virus that causes the COVID. Now, if you're thinking that, wait, do I need to get COVID infection through the vaccine first to build the immunity? No, relax. This is not the case. Science is smarter than that. Vaccines actually contain the attenuated or the weak form of virus, which is unable to cause the illness or disease. Now, after vaccine, it does take a few weeks for your body to develop those antibodies or the T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, which will actually protect your body should you get infected with the actual COVID virus. So don't expect to be protected against the virus right away. Once you are able to get the vaccine, still take precautions. Don't throw away your mask and start partying. You still need to maintain that social distancing. And also with the type of vaccines available with the Pfizer and Moderna, you will need actually 2 doses to get fully protected. Normally, the first dose is considered the primary dose or the prime dose, and the dose actually starts building protection, but the level of antibodies that first dose produce are not high enough to provide a full protection. So it's essential to get the second dose, which is called the booster dose, and is given 3 weeks apart. And this is actually the same vaccine you get in the first dose, but it kind of reactivates the immune system and triggers it to produce more antibodies against the virus. Now, after getting the COVID-19 vaccine, you may have some side effects, so don't be alarmed. This is a normal sign that your body is building protection. The side effects from the vaccine could be you may feel the flu-like symptoms that might even affect your ability to do the daily activities, but these symptoms should go away in a few days. The common side effect is actually the soreness at the site of injection, which it is given in the arm, in the muscle. Swelling, sore arm, fever or chills could be another side effect, headache. Basically the same kind of side effects that you experience after getting a flu shot. Nothing serious, but should you get any serious reaction, then you should seek medical attention right away. But if you get these normal side effects like pain at the site of injection, fever, chills, headache, you can follow some simple tips. Like if you get the injection site pain or discomfort, just use a cold compress. You can also rotate or move the arm slowly that you got the shot in, because that's going to help with the soreness. Also, drinking plenty of fluids help. And if you get fever or have any body aches after the vaccine, you can check with the doctor or pharmacist if it's okay to take any over-the-counter medication like ibuprofen or Tylenol. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the 2 vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna. Pfizer, the BioNTech vaccine, is actually 2-dose series which are separated 21 days. Now remember, whichever vaccine you get, Pfizer or Moderna, make sure you get both the doses from the same brand or same company. The vaccine comes as a multi-dose vial, and there are 5 doses in each vial, and each dose is 0.3 ml. Now, the vaccine is actually reconstituted with 0.9% sodium chloride before injecting into the muscle. The Pfizer vaccine actually arrives in thermal shipping containers with dry ice, which has a temperature of about minus 80 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. Now, don't be alarmed that you're gonna get this cold vaccine. It actually is thawed in the refrigerator or room temperature before we actually give you the vaccine. And once the vaccine is administered, the provider must document it within the first 24 hours and no later than 72 hours. And the Moderna vaccine, when available, is actually also 2 doses, which is given 28 days apart instead of 21 days apart like the Pfizer vaccine. It's also given in the muscle. The vaccine is actually easier in terms of shipping and handling than the Pfizer vaccine because it can be stored in the most standard medical freezers. I get asked frequently that will there be enough vaccine for everyone? Unfortunately, at this time, the vaccine supply is limited. That means not everyone will be able to get vaccine right away. And it's totally understandable how concerning it is for many people, especially for those who have high-risk health conditions. The first group of people to get vaccinated, or the phase 1A, is going to be healthcare workers and people who live in long-term care facilities. Then we will have phase 1B, which will include essential workers like your firefighters, your transportation people, police, educational staff. And then as we have more vaccine, you can expect the states to start shifting their vaccination to phase 1C, which would include adults with high-risk medical conditions, people 65 years and older. And then for general public, most likely the vaccine will be available in phase 2, which would be kind of in early spring or April. Now, since vaccine is not available for all yet, I get frequently asked that what can we do to protect ourselves from getting COVID meanwhile? Well, you should cover your mouth and nose with mask when around others, avoid close contact with people who are sick, remain 6 feet away from others, avoid any crowds or gatherings, and wash your hands frequently. Follow the CDC guidelines of social distancing. See, the COVID-19 vaccine is very new. We are still learning about it. So it's very important that everyone continue using all the tools available to help stop this pandemic. Another question that I get asked a lot is that should I get the COVID vaccine if I've had COVID? And the answer is yes. Even if you've had COVID, you should still get the vaccine. Getting 2 doses of the vaccine may drastically reduce your chances of developing COVID-19. And even if you've had the disease, getting the vaccine may help prevent the infection and lower your risk of getting sick again. You know, just like with the other diseases, like even if you've had flu or shingles, it is still recommended to get the vaccine to prevent the future infection of the disease. So same goes for this disease. See, it's currently unknown how long the natural immunity may last after you get the disease or after you recover from the disease. However, it is important that if you're currently infected with the disease, you must wait until you have fully recovered to get the vaccine. Because once you have recovered, current evidence suggests that you're not likely to get infection again in the 90 days after initial infection. And CDC says it's okay to delay the vaccination until near the end of this 90 days period. And if you're pregnant, then CDC advises that talk to your doctor whether you should get the COVID vaccine or not, because there is no data yet that shows it's safe to use in pregnancy. But in general, anyone 16 years and older can get the vaccine per the guideline. And I hope people get the vaccine because right now, COVID vaccination is an important tool to help stop the pandemic. And because this pandemic is so bad, we have to use all of our available tools to stop this. So along with vaccination, I recommend that you continue to follow CDC guidelines about the social distancing, wear masks, stay at home. I hope this video was helpful in understanding the COVID vaccine. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video because we need people to understand the importance of this vaccine. And don't forget to subscribe for more informative videos on health and pharmacy. Stay safe and happy. I'll see you guys next time.